Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome to our sessions on online reading. Oh, okay. So welcome to our online reading session of the book The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. So first we'll invoke, we'll chant the invocation prayers. Then we will continue to the Om Ajnanatinandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurinmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimade Namaste Saraswati Bhagavan Vicharanam Visheshashaya Makam Karati Vacharam Namadan Vagisha Yasya Lakshmi Yasya Lakshmi Yasya Asti Yasya Guru Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Krishna Krishna Yamta Pravisham Machana Sutta Sanjeevaya Krishna Sutta Yamcha Sutta Prana Namo Bhagavate Shaya Vijayaguru Harivanya Krishna Chitto Vijito Gati Samsara Prabhupada Sukam Bhavachins. Okay, Prabhuji, Mataji's, thank you for coming, joining our, in our online reading sessions. Okay. So we are reading from page number, continuing to read from page number 526, chapter entitled Secrets of His Success. Elsewhere, Srila Prabhupada similarly stated. Krishna consciousness movement is being propagated according to this principle. Yesterday we parabhaktir, and therefore our preaching work is going on successfully, in spite of the many impediments offered by antagonistic demons, and because we are getting positive help from our previous acharyas. Reference to 2334, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhakti chapter 12, text 8, purport. Authenticity redounded to Srila Prabhupada due to his faithful adherence to Guru's instructions. What is the redounded? Redounded means contribute greatly, come back upon. Authenticity redounded to Srila Prabhupada due to his faithful adherence to his Guru's instructions. I am successful only because I am following strictly the orders of my Guru Maharaj and I do not deviate. Therefore, people respect what I am saying and they listen because I do not say one thing and do another. Actually, this particular thing is very, very important. What we say and what we do matters a lot. Nowadays, what is happening is that whatever they say and whatever they do, even if it is not matching, but because they are famous, they are very good, they are attracting millions of crowd. It doesn't matter whatever they think, whatever they do, whatever they may say. This is what is happening. Because they are having so millions of followers, because they are attracting so many people, which nobody is doing. That is what is going on. I'm sorry, I should not name here, but reference 2335, letter 16 to 1972. So our success is different from what Prabhupada here mentioning about success. We see externals, but Prabhupada is not external like that. Okay, continuing. The loving feelings of Srila Prabhupada toward his Guru and his complete faith in and dedication to his Guru's order are indicated in the following words that he dictated on the epochal occasion of his having, quote, finished the English translation of Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in accordance with the authorized order of His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj, my beloved eternal spiritual master, guide, and friend. 2336 Chaitanya Charitamrita, concluding words. Although according to material vision, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur passed away from this material world on the last day of December 1936, I still consider His Divine Grace to be always present with me by His Vani, His words. Fortunately, even at our first meeting, His Divine Grace advised me to preach the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in English in the Western countries. I could not, however, immediately take up his instructions to preach, but I took his words very seriously and was always thinking of how to execute his order, although I was quite unfit to do so. I think that His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is always seeing my activities and guiding me within my heart by his words. As it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tene Brahma Hridaya Adhikare, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 1. Spiritual inspiration comes from within the heart, and the spirit, Supreme Personality of Godhead in his Paramatma feature is always sitting with all his devotees and associates. It is to be admitted that whatever translation work I have done is through the inspiration of my spiritual master, because personally I am most insignificant and incompetent to do this materially impossible work. I do not think myself a very learned scholar, but I have full faith in the service of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Srila Siddhanta Saraswati. If there is any credit to my activities of translating, it is all due to His Divine Grace. Certainly, if His Divine Grace were physically present at this time, it would be a great occasion for jubilation. But even though He is not physically present, I am confident that He is very much pleased by this work of translation. He was very fond of seeing many books published to spread the Krishna consciousness. Therefore, our society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, has been formed to execute the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Reference 2337, the same. Seeing his foreign disciples happily engaged in Kirtan in Mayapur, Srila Prabhupada expressed his sense of dependence upon Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. When they chant and dance, I simply remember Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I pray to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, quote, now they have come to your shelter. Give them protection. What can I do more? I cannot do anything more. Reference 2338, conversation 6th March 1974. In conclusion, this moment was spread not by material assets, but by the spiritual assets that accrue from firm devotional faith. A pure devotee who has firm faith in the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is to be considered a most learned scholar, the topmost aristocrat, and the richest man in the whole world. All godly qualities automatically exist in such a devotee. In the preaching work of the Krishna consciousness movement, we, as the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, fully believe in the words of Krishna and his servants in the cyclic succession. In this way, we are presenting the words of Krishna throughout the world. Even though we are neither a rich man nor a very learned scholar, and even though we do not belong to any aristocracy, this moment is still being welcomed and is very easily spreading all over. Although we are very poor and have no professional source of income, Krishna supplies money whenever we need it. Whenever we need some money, Krishna supplies them. Thus, it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, text 22. Yam labdva chavaram labham manyetenadhikam tataha. Actually, if we can attain the favor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, we do not need anything else. We certainly do not need those things which a mundane person considers to be a material assets, to be material assets. Reference 2339, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 5, text 76.4. Reference 2340, Srila Prabhupada also gave credit for his success to his Western divine disciples. Whatever success is there is due to them. Okay. Yes. See Codes Volume 3, page 136. See also Hopkins, Volume 3, page 104. Actually, this is very, very important. Srila Prabhupada also gave credit to his Western disciples. Nowadays, these rhetorics, they don't give any credit to Western disciples. Those who are in their lines, they give credit to them. Else, they don't give any credit to Western disciples. It's an aparad. Actually, we should not support even a small, 1 nano millimeter of Ritviks. Ritvikism. This Ritvik Vad, the Ritvik devotees, Ritvikism, Ritvik temples and all. Actually, we should not allow them. Those ideas, we should not see them. They are less than Mayavadis. Even Mayavadis are good. These are people are offenders. These are more or less like the snakes and scorpions. One who sees the snakes and scorpions should be killed immediately. Actually speaking, so those who are offenders of devotees, their tongues should be split, yeah? And we are tolerating them like anything. Very sorry for them. They're, gati nahi. They don't have any destination for that matter. Although in ISKCON there are so many problems, still because we follow Srila Prabhupada, then we follow as it is. So there is some hope. They don't have any hope because they don't give any credit to the disciples. Hare Krishna. At least I don't have, personally, I don't have any sort of mercy towards them. Whenever I see, in physical also, I didn't beat them, but I would have beaten them, black and blue. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Atindriya Prabhu, kindly read. Continue to read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandapra.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Conviction. Srila Prabhupada would never have boarded the ship to America had he not had.
Yes, Prabhu.
America had he not had complete conviction that it must happen because it is Krishna's desire. He had absolute unflinching faith that Krishna consciousness is the ultimate truth and that it practically works. As he wrote before going to America, any lowborn person can be delivered to the highest transcendental position by the mercy of Vaishnavas. Reference 2341, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 2, Purport. Many other Vaishnavas in India were aware of this key teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam. Reference 2342, see example Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 4, Text 18. And as did Srila Prabhupada regularly repeated it. But only Srila Prabhupada was confident enough to put these teachings to the test. Even after arriving in America, Srila Prabhupada tolerated months of deprivation and obscurity, believing always that Krishna will help. Reference 2343. Derived from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, text 9 to 10. Example conversation 23rd January 1977. A conviction he is instilled in his nascent disciples as they struggle to remain in Krishna consciousness and to spread it throughout the world. Krishna was real for Srila Prabhupada, and because his disciples believed in Srila Prabhupada, Krishna became real for them. The reality of Krishna consciousness was so clear in Prabhupada's presence, you could not deny it. Reference 2344. Jagat Tarini Devi Dasi, Sri Prabhupada Lilamrit interview. Whoever he contacted could not fail to be moved by his utter conviction and devotion to serving Krishna. Reference 2345, Tamal Krishna Goswami, Servant of the Servant, Chapter 12. As one early joiner, Kirtananand Swami noted, one of the qualities of Prabhupada that was so attractive, which Hayagriva and I remarked about in the very beginning, was his certainty. He didn't say, I think, this is my opinion, my philosophy is. He never spoke like that. He said, the absolute truth is, Krishna says, this is a fact. It was always absolute certainty. Reference 2346. Kirtananand Swami, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit interview. Hayagriva Das concurred. He is so sure of one thing, Krishna is God. I have never before seen anyone so absolutely be certain beyond doubt. And his certainty is contagious. It becomes the basis of our faith. Reference 2347.
Did anybody, something, I experienced this myself. Prabhupada's certainty is contagious. It becomes the basis of your faith. Sometimes in the immaturity, when we come newly to Krishna consciousness, sometimes somebody asks and we tell with so much of conviction as if we have we have experienced that, we know about that. And some devotees also reprimanded me. How you are saying? Prabhupada said that's right. And of course it is an immaturity at that time, newly when we come to Krishna. But when we hear from Prabhupada, it is so it's so convincing, and it is like, although we don't know anything about the background, anything, but I have experienced it many times, Prabhupada's certainty of Prabhupada, it became so contagious within us that when we hear from Prabhupada, we think that yes, it is true, and we say the same thing to others. And sometimes it becomes so much so that they will say, from where you heard? Prabhupada said this, He'll say like that also. I don't know whether somebody experienced it or not. I have experienced it many times.
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah.
Reference 2347. Hagriv Das, The Hare Krishna Explosion, Chapter 2. When he talked about Krishna, he spoke with authority. He seemed the only person who actually knew beyond the shadow of all doubt what was really happening in the universe. He had the Vedas and Lord Krishna behind him, and he certainly made sense. Reference 2348, Hagriv Das, The Hare Krishna Explosion, Back to Godhead, 26, 1969.
No, that is hashtag is Article 26, 1969.
Okay. Article. Uh, Forthrightly declaring his certitude to be our special qualification. Reference 2349. Conversation 26 August 1973. Srila Prabhupada met doubters head on. Srila Prabhupada, they do not know what is right and what is wrong. This is the modern civilization. Guest, but who does know? Srila Prabhupada, we know. Guest skeptically, yeah, you are sure. Srila Prabhupada, that is our special qualification, and we are teaching this philosophy to our students. This is the special contribution of this Krishna consciousness movement. We know what is what. Guest still doubtful. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Therefore, we are inviting persons to know this art, how to distinguish what to do and what not to do. This is our business. Reference 2350.
Oh, Krishna. One second. Somehow, yes. In the same reference. See, one thing I wanted to just sorry to interrupt in middle so many times, but therefore we are inviting persons to know this art, how to distinguish what to do. This is an art, you know. We are
Yeah.
inviting people, persons to know the art, how to distinguish between what to do and what is not to do. Nowadays, what is happening is people who are reading Prabhupada books, they know what to do, what not to do, but they see so many things happening in and around, but it's as if it is taken just because of their influence in ISKCON, because they are so big and they are so reaching, so many people are getting attracted to them. So that's why they don't say that this is not to be done and this is to be done like this. And many people are getting carried away by that. I should not say, I don't know whether I should give the example or not because it is recorded. So I'm just telling, if somebody may ask me personally, I can give the example what is going on nowadays. So anyhow, yes, Prabhu, continue.
Unperturbed in the face of belief, with unassailable confidence in the veracity of his message, Srila Prabhupada continued to work by means of intelligence sustained by full conviction. Reference 2351, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, 25, text 25. Avowing, avowing, whatever ideas I am giving, it is non-refutable, final. Uh, Reference 2352, conversation 21 June 1977. His confidence derived both from his being authorized by all transcendental authorities. Reference 2353. See.
See the authorized movement page 285. That's what it's mean. Yeah.
And from his own personal realization. This conviction that his message was correct and that those ignorant of it were incorrect and needed to be corrected underailed everything that Srila Prabhupada said and did, sustained him through all difficulties, and was the basis of his boldness in directly presenting the teachings of Krishna to the world. I have never studied science, but I am challenging them. They may take me as crazy, but I am not crazy. I am right. Reference 2354. Letters 12 November 1974.
Yes.
We have
To
brains.
preach. So one thing, to preach to the IIT students, you need not be a IIT graduate.
Mm, mm.
To go to IIM and preach to the MBA students or to go to some, I don't know, you need not be a IIM graduate, but some devotees think that to preach to IIT students, you need to have a PhD graduation there. If you have it, it's okay, but you need not struggle for that and then get and then preach. That's okay, but if you're preaching, but everybody need not hurdle. Among many congregation devotees, it has become like at least so many Grasta devotees have told me that this Prabhuji, he is speaking, he is from such and such graduate, and he is such and such engineering, he is such and such graduation, he speaks so English. So I want also my son to be like that. So let him get a degree, big degree, then he can preach. And many devotees have we lost so many congregation devotees, sons like that, who have taken such crazy steps, thinking that, oh, this Prabhuji, he is from this and this graduation, he is having such and such degree, he speaks good English. So my son also should speak like this and preach. I don't know whether somebody is experienced it or not. I am only speaking here, but this is what is going on in many circles.
Yes, Guruji.
Okay, friends.
Reference 2354, letters 12 November 1974. We have brains, we are not afraid of anything, that we are preaching something which is not acceptable by scientists or philosophers. He must accept. We have got some background. They have no background. They are simply speculating. Reference 2355, conversation 1st June 1977. When asked if some of his disciples might disagree with him on spiritual matters, Srila Prabhupada responded, no, unless he is a fool. Loves. Unless he is damn fool, they do not. Loves. If he is sane and sober, open-hearted, then he will agree. Reference 2356, conversation 25th March 1976. Srila Prabhupada's faith in the process of bhakti manifested most prominently in his emphasis on the holy names and on the process of hearing. Shall I continue, Guruji?
Yeah, you can continue. Well, not yes, Prabhu. There's so many other devotees. I think today there are many devotees have joined. Okay,
Yes.
Prabhu. Then
Thank you, Hare
stop
Krishna.
here. Shyam Swarup Prabhu, you can.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Faith, faith in the holy names. I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. Reference 2357 from Srila Prabhupada's prayer on arriving in America, Markine Bhagavata Dharma in the songs of Vaishnava Acharyas. Srila Prabhupada had complete faith in the holy name. He knew that the holy name was Krishna himself, and that if we chanted the holy name, we would be in Krishna's association, and that he would preserve what we had and provide what we lacked. Reference 2358. This paragraph is from Giriraja Swami. I will build you a temple, page 525. We are most confident of the success of the distribution of the great fruit of love of Godhead through the medium of chanting the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 2359 reference Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 9, text 48, purport. In this age, Kali Yuga, you cannot find a pious man or a saintly person. Everyone is addicted to sinful activities. But simply by distributing the chanting of Hare Krishna, Lord Chaitanya saved everyone, however fallen he might have been. Quote unquote, come on, he said. Chant Hare Krishna and be delivered. Reference 2360, The Journey of Self-Discovery, Chapter 3. Dina Hina Yata Chila Harinama Uddharila. By the power of the holy names, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu uplifted all base lowly souls. Reference 2361. Narottama Dasa Thakura Ishta Deva Vijnapati, verse 3 in the songs of Vaishnava Acharyas. In Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's words, Iha haite sarva siddhi haibe sabara. By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, everyone will attain all perfection. Reference 2362. Chaitanya Bhagavata 2:23-78. Text quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 8, text 12, purport. With the conviction that this principle still works, Srila Prabhupada chanted the holy names amid the cultural turmoil of the 60s, capturing the hearts and minds of the New York hippies and the San Francisco flower children with the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. It was the hardest place to do it, but it was the place where it was most needed. Although Srila Prabhupada had no precedence for dealing with any of this, he applied the chanting with miraculous results. The chanting was wonderful, it worked. Reference 2363. Much of this paragraph is derived from Chant and Be Happy, chapter 3. And it continued to work all over the world. Shortly before Srila Prabhupada's departure from mortal vision, two god brothers, Krishnadasa Babaji Maharaja and Ban Maharaja, visited him. Babaji Maharaja said to Ban Maharaja in Bengali, quote, You are a great scholar. He is also a great preacher. You are a
Prabhu,
great, so- sorry, you are
sorry,
a
Pastor,
great
you are
preacher.
a great preacher. He is also like that.
Ah,
Yeah.
you are a great preacher. He is also a great preacher. You are a great scholar. He is also a great scholar. You have a very good command over the English language. He also has a wonderful command over the English language. You went to the West. He also went to the West. Why has he been so successful but you are not? Babaji Maharaj himself gave the answer. Quote, because of his unflinching faith in the holy name. People say that I have a taste for chanting the holy name. However, I just chant myself. But he made the whole world chant. That is the difference between him and us. Ban Maharaj agreed. Quote, yes, he has been specially empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of his attachment to the holy name and unalloyed devotion. Unquote. Reference 2364, adapted from Bhakti Charu Swami, Ocean of Mercy, page 191. Reference 2365. For further description by Krishnadasa Babaji of how Srila Prabhupada's faith in the holy names precipitated his success, see
I don't know. See page number 224.
okay. Should I continue, Prabhu?
Will you go? No, Prabhu, I'll stop it. You can some other devotees speak it. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, right.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Paramatmananda Prabhu, please continue.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandas Pranam. Please read faith in the process of hearing.
Yes. Faith in the process of hearing. Shravanam, hearing the Bhagavad Gita from the realized person, will turn one to the thought of the Supreme Being. This will lead to remembering the Supreme Lord and will enable one, upon leaving the body, to attain a spiritual body which is just fit for association with the Supreme Lord. This is not a very difficult process. However, one must learn it from an experienced person. Reference 2366 Bhagavad Gita Introduction. By sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, one realizes his constitutional relationship with the Lord in the transcendental humor of servitude, friendship, parental affection, or conjugal love, and by such self-realization one becomes situated at once in the transcendental loving service of the
Hare
Lord.
Krishna.
Reference 2367.
Haribol. Oh, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. His signal is gone. His signal is gone. Hare Krishna. No. Can anybody hear what is happening?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Now you have come, Prabhuji. You are like, for at least for 1 minute you are gone. You're like nothing is hearing.
Okay.
I don't know what had happened.
Network problem.
Network problem. Okay, just continue by sincere efforts.
Okay. By sincere efforts to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, one realizes his constitutional relationship with the Lord in the transcendental humor of servitude, friendship, parental affection, or conjugal love, and by such self realization, one becomes situated at once in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Reference 2367 Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 8th chapter, text 5. Consistently over decades, Srila Prabhupada had been speaking in the same message, but no one was taking him seriously. He was crying alone in the wilderness. Reference
Wilderness. Wilderness.
wilderness.
Crying alone in the wilderness.
Later, 21st November 1956. He, he knew that if his dream of fulfilling the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the previous acharyas was to fructify, it would have to begin with at least a core group who were prepared to hear him, fully embrace his teachings, and put them into practice. Not finding such an audience in India, he journeyed west. In his prayer to the lotus feet of Krishna, composed 4 days before reaching Boston Harbor, Srila Prabhupada wrote about the holy names spreading all over the world in Markine Bhagavad Dharma, penned after first espying the shores of America. He stated the prime means he envisaged to effect this by regularly hearing the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam from himself, the people of that land would undergo a change of heart. He observed that, quote, most of the population of this terrible place is covered by the material modes of ignorance and passion. Being absorbed in material life, they think themselves very happy and satisfied, and therefore they have no taste for the transcendental message of Vasudev. Reference 2369 Markine Bhagavad Dharma in songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas. Nevertheless, he was certain that if they could be induced to soberly, submissively, and repeatedly hear the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, such hearing would liberate them from the influence of the modes of ignorance and passion, and thus all inauspicious things accumulated in their hearts would disappear and devotion to Krishna would arise. And factually, his movement only took off when, after several months, a group of regular listeners of most unexpected background gathered around him. He had great faith that ardent hearing from the bona fide master is the only way to receive transcendental knowledge. Reference 2370 Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 12th chapter, text 3, purport. And that by this process raw recruits would become purified. To two early followers, he offered a simple panacea: come to my classes and all problems will be solved. Reference 2371 Govinda Dasi, A Place of Sandalwood and Roses, page 56. In 1967, you come. Whatever you do, that does not matter. Everything will be adjusted by and by. Because, as I have described in the beginning, reference 2372, referring to his poem Markine Bhagavad Dharma. Shinavatam Swakatha Krishna Hridayantastohi Avadrani. Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 2nd chapter, text 17.
It is Shrinvatam. It is
Shinvatam.
Shrinvatam. Shrinvatam Swagata Krishna Hridayam Tastohi Bhadrani. Everybody should know this sloka. It's very, very
Yes.
important sloka. Yes.
Shinvatam. Everything will be adjusted as our mind becomes clear simply by hearing. simply by hearing. Reference 2373, lecture 29 March 1967. This actually happened as he later reported. This Krishna consciousness movement has spread because the students who have joined us have given oral reception. By hearing, everything was changed within themselves, and they have joined with full wholeheartedness. Reference 2374, lecture 2nd July 1972. An early disciple, Shyam Sundar Das, confirmed, quote, just by your words, just the words that you gave us, those words have created all this institution, unquote. Reference 2375. Conversation 22nd July 1973. And thus, in our Krishna consciousness movement, we give a chance to people to hear about Krishna. That is our method. Therefore, we have specifically mentioned Krishna consciousness. We don't talk any other nonsense things. We have no other business. Simply, we talk of Krishna. That will purify. Shinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Sharvana Kirtana. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, text 17. Even if you do not understand a single word, if you simply hear, then you become pious. It is so nice. Reference 2376. Lecture 16 November 1974.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay.
I have some other devotees are there. Request them to read. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Aditya ji, you can start reading as it is presentation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
As it is
Krishna.
presentation, perfect knowledge can be received through this parampara system. From Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasa, Vyasa to Madhvacharya. In this way, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, six Goswamis, then our Guru Maharaj. Our business is just to present whatever we have heard. This is a very important point. We do not speculate mentally, like many Swamis from India. Whatever little success I have is due to this process, that I do not present anything created by me. That is the secret of success. All these rascals, they manufacture. A spiritual thing cannot be manufactured as God cannot be manufactured. God is always God, and the words of God are also God. If we present as it is, it will be effective. Reference 2377. Lecture 22nd August 1973. Srila Prabhupada's conviction and his faithfulness to his gurus manifested in his presenting the message of Krishna exactly as he had received it from them. I do not think that I have done anything, but I am only delivering the best message as it is. Reference 2378, letter 6th June 1972. Indeed, Prabhupada prided himself for delivering Chaitanya's message unadulterated. His contribution is largely to the presentation, not the content. Old wine in a new bottle, as he would often remark. His are inherited ideals and values. Prabhupada used the metaphors of a postman who does not tamper with the mail or a bank teller who neither adds nor subtracts from transactions to emphasize the transparent nature of his role.
as the via media between his disciples and the Godhead. Reference 2379, Tamala Krishna Goswami, a Hare Krishna at Southern Methodist University, page 257. He declared, our determination is to preach the Bhagavad Gita strictly on that parampara system as it is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita. Reference 2380. Letter 26th August 1958. In his introduction to Bhagavad Gita as it is, Srila Prabhupada explained the rationale for this. In America, there are so many editions of Bhagavad Gita available in English. But as far as I have seen, not only in America but also in India, none of them can be strictly said to be authoritative because in almost every one of them, the commentator has expressed his own opinions without touching the spirit of Bhagavad Gita as it is. The spirit of Bhagavad Gita is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita itself. It is just like this. If we want to take a particular medicine, then we have to follow the directions written on the label. We cannot take the medicine according to our own whim or the direction of a friend. It must be taken according to the directions on the label or the directions given by a physician. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita should be taken or accepted as it is directed by the speaker himself. Reference 2381, Bhagavad Gita Introduction. To give the message as it is means to not cheat people. It will be appreciated due to its purity. We are trying to present Bhagavad Gita or Krishna as he is, and by the grace of Krishna, it is coming out successful. For thousands of years, Bhagavad Gita was being read in foreign countries by big scholars, philosophers, but there was not a single devotee of Krishna. But we have started this movement not even 5 years old. We have got 60 branches and there are thousands and thousands of devotees. Why? The secret is that we have not cheated people, we have not adulterated. If you put something very pure for sale in the market, automatically you shall get many customers. Automatically. Because the thing is pure. If you sell pure milk just from the farm, there will be many hundreds of customers immediately. And if you sell adulterated, homogenized, water mixed milk, the milk will be sold, but not very many customers ordinarily. So anything pure will attract. That is natural. Pure love, pure food, anything pure. Reference 2382, lecture 29th July 1971. I am giving Bhagavad Gita as it is. No interpretation, no adulteration. Reference 2383.
Yes, Prabhu, this.
Prabhuji, reference 2383.
Oh,
That
that,
continues.
I thought that I dictated and I got that.
Tamala Krishna Goswami, TKG's diary, June 930. This Srila Prabhupada deemed was the cause of his success. If a little more success is there for me than other Swamis and Yogis, it is due to my conviction on this point. I never compromised with anything which is not spoken by Krishna. Reference 2384, Conversation 21st March 1976. Whatever little success I have got is only for this reason. I have never said anything which is not spoken by Krishna. I never said, in my opinion. Reference 2385, Lecture 5th August 1974. Whatever little success is there for me is because I did not manufacture any idea. Reference 2386, Conversation 20 April 1977. Whatever little success is there, sorry, I don't make any compromise. You may come to me or not. I don't care for it. But I cannot make any compromise with these bogus things. My movement is for Krishna. So what Krishna says, that's all right. If you like, then come or go away. I don't mind. I am solid. I have taken Krishna. That is a solid program. And whatever little success has become possible, it is due to this faith. Reference 2387, Conversation 15th March 1975. Even though the as it is approach sometimes alienated people, Srila Prabhupada still ascribed his success to it, as he bluntly told an irritated Australian government official. Daily one or two gentlemen like you are coming. They find our presentation, sorry, they find our prescription very strict, but we are not going to change it. We are not after vox populi. That is not our concern. We have got our standard method. That that is making us successful. We do not make any compromise. This is our method. If you like, you take it. If you don't like, you go away. Reference 2388. Conversation 21st May 1975. Shall I continue, Prabhu? Or
Yeah, just 3 minutes is there. You can continue and we will stop after this. Yes.
Bhagavad Gita as it is. Our Krishna consciousness movement is specifically based on Bhagavad Gita as it is. We accept Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with full opulences of wealth, power, potency, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. If we want perfect education, then we must follow the principle of Bhagavad Gita. Such education will help the whole human society. Reference 2389. Letter 1st May 1974. The very title Bhagavad Gita as it is announces its naked literalism. Reference 2390. This phrase was used by Tamal Krishna Goswami, a living theology of Krishna Bhakti, page 148. Srila Prabhupada called it the true scientific theistic interpretation. Reference 2391. From an early BTG advertisement quoted in Satswarupa Dasa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita, Chapter 5, The War. Dismissing the common notion that Bhagavad Gita is open to multiple interpretations, Srila Prabhupada insisted that the whole Bhagavad Gita centers around the declaration that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Reference 2392. Bhagavad Gita 5.17 purport. And that Bhagavad Gita is meant for making the reader a devotee of Krishna. Reference 2393, Conversation 5th September 1973. And factually, Prabhu,
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Continue.
and factually because Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is and all of Srila Prabhupada's other books present the pure, undiluted message of Shastra. They have the extraordinary potency to raise sincere readers to the highest platform of devotional service. Anyone who tries to understand these books will gradually become a great realized devotee of Lord Krishna. The original potency of the Shastra remains in these books because I have not added or opinionated anything of my own. I have simply presented the scriptures such as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam as they are. Therefore, just see the effect they have on the world. Reference 2394, letter 19th March 1975. The actual message of Bhagavad Gita is to know Krishna and become fully Krishna conscious. Reading the Bhagavad Gita means understanding Krishna. Reference 2395 Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela chapter 6 87th verse purport. The real purpose of reading Bhagavad Gita is to know Krishna. Reference 2396. Lecture 4th September 1972. The Bhagavad Gita teaches one how to absorb the mind and intelligence in the thought of the Lord. Such absorption will enable one to transfer himself to the kingdom of the Lord. If the mind is engaged in Krishna's service, then the senses are automatically engaged in his service. This is the art, and this is also the secret of Bhagavad Gita. Total absorption in the thought of Sri Krishna. Reference 2397. Bhagavad Gita Introduction. And thus, our attempt in presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is to present the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Reference 2398. Bhagavad Gita Preface. It is also Srila Prabhupada's mission. I want to present Bhagavad Gita as it is. That is my mission. Reference 2399. Conversation 22nd March 1977. The effect of presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is was powerful. You mentioned in your letter that you had read many other Bhagavad Gitas before you read mine, and that none of them revealed as much to you as Bhagavad Gita as it is. The reason is because we do not change the actual meaning of the Gita at all. Many other commentators, due to a poor fund of knowledge, tamper with the lines of Bhagavad Gita and twist the meaning for their personal motives. But we do not do like that. We present it exactly as it is, without any additions or subtractions. That is perfect in every way, and therefore it is actually having a tremendous effect all over the world. The original words of Lord Krishna have unrivaled potency, and anyone who is fortunate enough to hear those words and tries to apply them to his life becomes perfect. Reference 2400, letter 14th March 1975.
Okay, Prabhu. We'll
Yes,
stop here. We'll stop
Dhanav.
here. Thank you very much for all the devotees, to all devotees, for us participating, hearing, and reading. If anybody has anything to ask or say or question or anything, we will take it up. You can unmute and speak. You can, otherwise, we will stop here. If anybody has something, anything to share, say, doubts or anything, they can ask. Hare Krishna. Okay, so then we will stop here. We'll meet tomorrow at this time. Until then, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Panchakalpatarubhesti कृपा सिंधु वैष्णव वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
धन्य भक्ति विकास स्वामी महाराज की जय। नमो
जय।
वैष्णव श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna.